How's it, guys? Welcome back. So the time has finally come for me to part way with the very precious, limited end all of all speakers, the Klipsch La Sclala. So I've lived with them now for quite a while. The owner was going to leave them with me a bit longer, but I think he also wanted them badly. So he figured out the bucks and paid for them. So they will be boxed up a bit later today. So I thought no better time to quickly do the long-term learning of the speaker review as I did now. I think I am in the fortunate position of having spent more time with them than most reviewers, where they just come in, listen, and they go. I actually had time to live with these. By living, I mean I gamed on them, I music on them, I did movies on them, I physically lived with them in this space. So I'm gonna touch on a few things. I tried for a while to think, how am I gonna word what this speaker does? And I sort of think I'm just gonna talk from the heart, because that is the type of speaker that this is. It is an emotional speaker. It's going to be an emotional purchase. And it is going to be something, it's not going to be something where you walked into a shop and I want those. You would have wanted these for a while. They would have been on your list and you would have worked towards them. So it's a very emotional process, all of this. So let's go through this. Is it the most practical speaker? Hell no. Luckily my space is big. They weren't in the way. I could still walk past here. I do not touch on top, so no one bumps or anything on these flippin' expensive speakers. But they weren't impractical. Once I set them up, they sat there and they did their thing. Are they the most beautiful speaker? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. For me, they are not, but they do tick that heritage look that's never changed. Small cosmetics have changed, but it is the original Klipsch La Sclala, Klipsch horn design. So let's start with music. Are they proper full range, only need speakers? I would say no. I think you need to pair these with a sub. They do have plenty of bass, but they only go down to, what was that, about I'll post the specs again, but they don't dip down too low. So I partnered them with the PB16 Ultra from SVS. That was a match made in heaven, but any good sub will do. Now keep in mind, you can't go and pair an entry-level 12 or 15-inch with a almost 500,000 Rand set of speakers. You need to go all out. You need to get something like a PB16 Ultra, something good from REL, something good from Validine, something good from MK, something good from Bowers. You need a high-end sub. I would also say the new Klipsch 16-inch subs, the big subs, those proper subs, those will do it justice. But what they do, they give you in spades. They make music sound like stuff you've never heard before. You will go through your favorite songs, play one or two tracks and end up listening to all of them. You would like go to one artist's song and end up listening to the album. It's that good. It really doesn't sound like a recording. It doesn't sound like a recording at all. It sounds like the recording studio was taken out and you are sitting with the band. I think I said that before, but that is what it sounds like. This is the most live speaker, I'll put my money down, that you will be able to get. Something like a top range Bower & Wilkins 800 series. It is super clinical, it is precise, it is accurate. This is none of those, but all of them at the same time. It is a very difficult speaker to sum up in words. It is really emotional. It drags something out of you. The way I believe music should be experienced. Sometimes we delve into this clinical thing of, should bass sound like this and should high sound like that, that you sort of forget to just enjoy the music. This is what the speaker does. It makes you forget about everything you know about audio and just enjoy the music. Are they difficult to set up? Not that much. I did find placing and playing around does do a few things. I had them towed in directly to my listening position. For me, that was a bit direct. Then I towed them out. I still had them towed in, but ever so slightly, so they just went past my ear. That for me was the sweet spot. Then they recommend you push them back into the corners as far as you can. I concur. That works. It brings that bass up ever so slightly, and it just sort of uses the room to throw that audio. Movies, believe it or not, is where I found the biggest difference on these. The way this horn can make audio travel is amazing. I sat there, well, lying, sat, whatever I do, on my position, and I heard audio behind me, sometimes in 2-channel, that I thought surrounds are good, and it's like, whoa, wait, we have it on 2-channel. It was still on music mode, it's not on movies. And it's like, geez, can this be that good? It throws the audio around. That being said, if you are going to use these, not just for stereo, but in a lounge like I did, running a 5 point, 7 point, 9 point, 11 point, 15 points, how many system, you need the correct center speaker. I had the reference, not the reference Premier, the RF center, the big boy. What's that? A 54 3 or whatever. I had that partnered beautifully. I sold that, and then I still had the reference Premier while I was waiting for a new one to come in again. And the reference Premier was so soft, I had to completely up the center just to get back in line. So you do need a very good matching center speaker, and I would say from Klipsch with a nice high sensitivity to match these. If you can have 3 of these, but where the hell are you going to get 3 of these? That will be perfect, but almost impossible to do. So just a very good center speaker from Klipsch, as big as you can get. Then it was great. Gaming was good. Movies was great. Details on these are just immense. But yeah, again, I think you need the sub, but it's going to be room dependent. In Homation's room, I did not feel the need for that sub. In my room, I did feel the need for that sub. So it's going to be a question where you need to get them into your room, listen, and then you decide if you need a bit more low down for the bass. And then, I've never had a set of speakers so finicky with what amplifier you pair them with. It doesn't really like high power new generation amplifiers. The Marantz made it sometimes when you get into the volumes become a bit bright. The Parasound was a good match because that amplification is a bit warmer, brought it back down. I never got around to having a good valve. I still think, and I've seen this comment online, a good valve amplifier would be the way to go with these. So also, I'll chat to my client that's coming to collect these. I also mentioned to him, if you can get a good valve amplifier, I don't think you need ultra high wattage. These don't need a lot of watts to get going. So I think just a good quality, high current valve amplifier will make these shine. It's going to give it that warmness that you want. It's already got the presence and the ultra high end frequency. So you need to sort of bring that back a bit with warmness. And then I don't know what that's going to do to the bass. So that might be a completely whole new thing. So what I'm trying to get at is amplification on these. What DAC, what amp. It's key. It's key. So you're going to play around with this system. Unless you are lucky and you get it right first time, I think you're going to play around with a few different combinations. That being said, the person that buys these, it's not going to be their first set of speakers. They would have gone through 50 sets of speakers before they get here. Like I say again, this is not the set of speakers where you walk in and say, I want those. It is a set that you work towards. This is really end game. End game. I don't know where to go after this. What to get in next? I'll have to do my homework. It's gonna maybe the new monitor audio hyphen. Waiting for those. Don't know what they're gonna cost. We'll have to see. See if I can get my hands on them. I might need to go Homation and demo them there. But that is a set that's really catching my fancy, and I think that might be sort of the next step to go from here. but this is sort of an end all of speakers, guys. So I hope I didn't confuse you too much. Low down on this. If you have the opportunity to experience them or get them, do it. Do it. You won't be sorry. You really won't be sorry. Just make sure you have the space to accommodate them. And that's basically it, guys. I hope this long-term review gave you a bit more depth and insights on what it is like living with a Klipsch La Sclala. I'm going to miss these. I need to box them up now. And this is not a 1 or a 2-man job. This is a 3-man job. So I'm going to have to take extreme care not to damage anything. But also I'm videoing the whole process so the client can see they are going back as new as these are. Guys, till the next video. Next video I've got planned is going to be the new Klipsch, the 9s. I've had them for a while, so I've lived with them. I just had other things to do. But I want to do a video where we put them up against tall, full-range speakers. I want to show you how good those are. You will be gobsmacked. Guys, till the next video. Cheers.